Welcome to the Philosopher's Gaming News. The first topic I want to discuss leads again into the direction of Microsoft and the Xbox One. In an interview, members of the Xbox Live advertising team stated that the Xbox One and Kinect was designed with advertising in mind. This by itself is not a big surprise, but what does this mean? For example, Kinect is able to detect the number of people in a room and probably their ages. With this information, the software draws some conclusions and then Xbox Live will show you specific ads. The question is, where are the limits? Of course, the developers claim that their options are limited by the design of Xbox One and that they don't want to spy on their customers. But still, we don't know for sure and we don't know what they are planning on. Is it possible to filter specific words in conversations and then show you specific ads based on the collected information? Is this the way you are going, Microsoft? In my opinion, this is a very strange idea. Of course, we should be used to it to some degree. If you think of Google, Twitter, Facebook, Amazon, they're all collecting our data and creating profiles. But Microsoft is hitting our living rooms, a private place, a place of our families, of our friends and of ourselves, not a place of Microsoft. There's also some law problems. For example, what if a person don't want to be scanned? Will then a license agreement pop up on the screen and say, unknown person, if you want to continue in this living room, please press accept? That would be ridiculous. And if you think about it, did they announce any killer apps for Kinect on E3? No, they didn't. There's no game where you say, look at this game, that is the reason I need Kinect. Nothing. Kinect is out for several years and there is not one good core game for it. One of the developers says in the article, I will link it down in the description, that Kinect is not interesting for AAA titles. In my opinion, it is not primarily planned as a gaming device. The focus is on establishing a powerful advertising platform. And if we talk about Xbox One and their concept, we have to keep this in mind. The last thing I want to talk about is an interview with Mark Kern, a former World of Warcraft developer. He said that World of Warcraft killed a genre, and he made some fairly good points on this. He explained that the first MMORPGs like Ultima Online or EverQuest, they were hardcore games. I remember when I played Tibia back then and it could be really frustrating. For example, I was farming for about 4 hours in a dungeon and make like 20% to the next level. And when my inventory was full, I decided to go to town and sell my stuff. On my way, a higher level player saw me and just killed me. Then he looted my corpse and I lost everything I farmed so far, plus more experience than I grinded in that dungeon and one equipped item. That was my sword. So I wasn't back to 0, I was back to -1. But these games also had their moments, their own stories told by players. There were nearly no quests back then. You can compare it to EVE Online, where a week ago a player stole about 400 billion ISK, which is the in-game currency and worth about 800 months of playtime. The experience is created by gamers playing the game, not with scripted quests or events. The World of Warcraft success leads to copying World of Warcraft, and now quests are boring in nearly every MMORPG. It is just a checklist you go through to become max level as fast as possible. First quest, kill 10 wolves. Second quest, find 5 flowers. Third quest, escort person B to place C. They are very generic because it makes no sense to design compelling and interesting quests because players just want to rush through them to get max level as fast as possible. Back in the old games, NPCs had no exclamation marks above their heads. To find quests, you had to explore the world and try some dialogues out to find some of the few quests in the game. Today, you don't bother speaking with NPCs without a name or symbol above their heads. And I agree, that is because World of Warcraft was so successful and defined genre standards and convention, and now every game uses them because publisher and developers can take the risk to experiment because game development is so expensive, and if they fail they are screwed. Also, we are used to these mechanics. And now we have nearly no development in this genre, no variety, no innovation, because so many games try to copy World of Warcraft, and this is the problem. When I think back playing Star Wars Galaxies, of course the game had some balance problems and some technical issues, but the mechanics of this game were unique. It had no levels and a large amount of possibilities to have fun playing without killing stuff all day. But after the huge success of World of Warcraft, the developers patched the game to death. They removed all unique mechanics and transformed it into an easier but more uninteresting game. And then I stopped playing it. Today, the MMO landscape is populated by a lot of World of Warcraft-like games, and most of them were not able to keep the monthly fee model and are now free to play. It will take a lot of time until we see new and fresh MMORPGs. The more interesting MMOs of the near futures will be going into the direction of shooters like The Division or Firefall, the game Mark Kern is working on. But for classic RPGs, I don't see many innovative approaches, so I guess he has a point here. And that are the news for today. If you liked my video, please press the like button. If you have any comment, please post it in the comment section below. I will link the articles in the description so you can check them out. Thank you for watching and bye bye.